She stood barely 5 feet tall. Helmet snug over cropped hair. Chin up. Shoulders squared. The late afternoon sun poured in through the firehouse windows, casting long shadows across the garage floor. Somewhere in the distance, a radio hummed static before fading back into silence. Across the truck bay, the fire chief squinted at her and barked. "You sure you can handle this, rookie?" The words echoed. Heavy. Sharp. Public. A couple of the guys chuckled under their breath. Not cruelly, but not kindly either. That kind of laughter sits in the gut like a cold stone. Lena Reyes didn't flinch. Not even a blink. She'd heard it all before. Her entire life had been built around being told what she couldn't do. Too short. Too slight. Too soft-spoken. Too something. She wasn't built like a firefighter, they said. Didn't look the part. Didn't feel like one, whatever that meant. But she had trained harder than most. Graduated top of her class in physical testing. Stayed late after drills when others had already clocked out. Not because she had something to prove, but because she knew what fire did. And fire didn't care about your height, your weight, or your gender. It didn't care if you were tired, or doubted, or overlooked. Fire just burned. And someone had to go into it. She didn't join to change their minds. She joined because someone needed saving. The call came in just after 5 p.m. An apartment building on 9th and Larrabee. 4 stories. Electrical short. Possibly a faulty breaker. Contained fire. The kind of call that sounded simple. The kind that looked manageable on paper. But fires, like people, have a way of surprising you. Halfway through evacuation, a muffled boom shook the ground. The foundation lurched. The walls cracked. Glass shattered outward like startled birds. A steel beam groaned and then gave out with a low, terrifying moan. It happened fast. Too fast. The east stairwell collapsed. Flames were already climbing the side of the building like they had somewhere to be. And inside, still inside, a kid. A child was trapped between the 2nd and 3rd floors. No easy access. No known escape. The crew regrouped. Looked around. Waited for orders. Because now, things were different. It wasn't a fire anymore. It was a collapse scene. Which meant waiting. More clearance. Structural checks. Safety first. The chief hesitated. She saw it on his face. Too dangerous, he muttered. Wait for backup. We don't move until we know the structure will hold. But Lena didn't wait. Her eyes scanned the rubble, heart pounding in her chest. And that's when she saw it. A narrow space between 2 leaning beams, just wide enough to crawl. A tight, claustrophobic opening no one else could fit through. But she could. She dropped to her knees. Checked her gear. Slipped in without a word. The air inside was thick. Not with just smoke, but memory. The kind of memory that crawls up your spine and whispers doubt. You shouldn't be here. But she moved anyway. Each breath stung. Her mask hissed. Every exhale louder than the last. Walls groaned. Heat pulsed like it was alive, like the building was angry she was there. But Lena crawled through. One hand in front of the other. Elbows scraping concrete. Boots catching on broken tile and splintered furniture. Then she saw him. A boy. 6, maybe 7. Curled up beneath a cracked dining table, his little hands covering his ears, eyes wide with terror. He was coughing. Crying. Trying to be brave in a place no child should ever be. Hey. She said it softly, through the mask, her voice like a warm wind cutting through the chaos. It's okay. I'm here. She didn't say don't be scared. Because he was scared. And so was she. But that didn't matter now. She wrapped him in a jacket, shielding him from the worst of the smoke. She held him close, chest to chest, like carrying the most fragile thing in the world. And then she turned around. The crawl space looked smaller now. Tighter. More dangerous. The fire was spreading. The creaks above her had rhythm now, a countdown. But Lena moved anyway. Because sometimes, you don't wait for the roof to fall. You move while it's still holding. Outside, everything was chaos. Sirens. Shouting. Flashing lights. The neighborhood gathered behind the barricades, watching. Hoping. Then, silence. Someone gasped. And through the wall of smoke, a figure appeared. Soot-streaked. Helmet askew. Carrying a child. Lena stumbled through the final doorway and collapsed to her knees on the pavement. Her arms still wrapped around the boy as the medics rushed in. He was alive. Scared. But alive. And she was still breathing too. The fire chief stepped forward. Helmet in his hands now. Not on his head. He looked at her like he was seeing her for the first time. You saved him. His voice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. She just nodded. Didn't say a word. Didn't soak in the moment. Just looked up at the building one more time, as if already preparing for whatever came next. Because applause wasn't why she was here. She wasn't built for praise. She was built for purpose. They said she was too small. Too soft. Not strong enough. They laughed during training. Called her half-pint at the station. Doubted her every move, every call. But when it all came crashing down, she was the one who stepped in. Not because she needed to prove anything, but because someone needed to be saved. And she could fit through the crack that no one else even saw. This isn't just a story about a fire. It's about showing up. About moving forward when everything in you says, wait. It's about what it means to carry strength, not in your frame, but in your heart. The next time someone says you're too small to matter, tell them about Lena Reyes. She didn't need your permission. She just needed space. And when the world collapsed, she fit right through it. Pushpin presented by the Soul Script, where stories don't shout, they speak with fire. Speech balloon before you go, tell us where you're watching from in the comments. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button, tap like, and drop a fire or a karma below to honor the quiet heroes who show up, no matter what. Warning: this is a fictional dramatization inspired by the real acts of courage firefighters live out every day.